Is your child being bullied? That's just one of many reasons to pull your child out of school and get them in homeschooling. Why would you want Caesar to raise your kids? Why would you send your kids to a public school system, a government-run school system that is largely a failure, that largely opposes what you believe in, and largely teaches your kids to oppose what you believe in? Why would you send your kids to a system that is openly, in some places, openly hostile to your beliefs and hostile to your children when they state such? I am blessed in the fact that I live in an area where the public schools do not teach the liberal garbage, the liberal anti-American garbage that a lot of these school districts are now teaching. I am very blessed in that. However, your kids get a better education if they learn from you. Now, I know some people are saying, well, I don't know how to teach kids. You teach them every day by your actions, which brings me to another point. You may be conservative, and you may teach your children conservative values, but still, they are in those schools 6 hours a day, and they're teaching your kids stuff that you don't want them to learn. And you can know how this is because if your kids go to college, chances are it's a liberal college, liberal arts professors, and they teach them to question what the parents teach. And then after that, they teach them to oppose what the parents teach. So you end up with children with a whole different belief system than you have. People ask, or they'll say, I work. I ain't got time to teach my kids. But they're your kids. You got to pour into them. And I've heard from a couple people. One is a couple that they work during the week, both of them. And the only time they have to teach them is on weekends. Well, that's the beauty of homeschooling. You make the schedule. You teach them by your schedule and what's convenient for you. I'm on a big curve here. That's why you're going sideways. I mean, y'all can go on vacation and teach. You can go camping and teach. Y'all can be anywhere and teach your children. Heard from another young lady when I brought this up that she worked 60 hours a week. And she was really afraid that it would just not work out. But she gave it a try. And she says she is extremely glad that she did. She teaches her little, well, I don't know if she's got boys or girls, to be honest with you. But 60 hours a week she works, and yet she manages to teach her kid. Now, some of you may say, well, look, my child didn't do so well doing remote learning. I don't think they'll do good at homeschooling. But that's not the case. Remote learning is a different animal. Remote learning, they have a specific schedule, a specific time, with specific lessons, just like you do in a classroom, and that's the way they teach. When you're teaching them, you teach them on your time. You teach them the lessons. As long as they learn what they're supposed to learn, you can teach them any way you want. Some people feel like they're too dumb to teach their kids. I mean, I wouldn't teach my high school kid calculus, but at least you can get a good foundation in elementary school. Some people ask, well, what about socialization? Do you really want your kids socializing in places where there's peer pressure to do drugs, to do all kind of manner of things that their parents are trying to teach them not to do? Because that's what they're socializing in the public schools. Your kids will socialize. There are homeschool parent support groups, and they're like associations where everybody gets together and they have time where they spend time together, spend time with other kids. And so that socialization should be the low reason that you would oppose it. But I just don't see why capable parents would let their kids go, and they're getting worse. The teachers are getting far worse. They're more bold in what they say, and sometimes say some extremely outrageous things. And sometimes school boards will fire them, sometimes they won't. And what can you do? You can't do nothing. You got to pull your kids out of school, teach them right, teach them Christian values, teach them conservative values, teach them the history of the United States, teach them to love and be proud of America, even though America has its faults. Y'all have a good day. Peace out.